And we'd like to welcome you all to our first lunch club in March of this year, where we'll be celebrating or going over some world celebrations that occur in March around the world. Our first stop is DC and Japan for the Cherry Blossom Festival. Lou, thank you so much for presenting. I look forward to the trivia at the end. We'll be providing and prizing two WildTech fridge magnets. So good luck to all. Hope you all learn a lot. And Lou, floor is yours. Thanks so much.
Great. Well, thanks, Alex. And I'm just trying to get the meeting queued up here. We'll have it in just a sec. Um, yeah, but I'm really excited to be presenting this today. It's just such an important topic for us folks here in DC. So let's get this show on the road. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Alex, for putting this together again. So let's little bit about our agenda today. Hopefully, you all can see this. So, what are the cherry blossoms? I'm sure we've all seen the cherry blossoms. A little bit about the cherry blossoms in DC, the cherry blossoms in Japan, and then we have Alex doing trivia. Hey, folks, there's a chance I might have to jump off the call early, only because if we run late, I got another call I got to be on at 1 o'clock sharp today. So, yeah, but I'll certainly I'll certainly be there up through the trivia, up to the trivia. All right, well, let's learn a little about the history of the cherry blossoms. But before I do that, does anybody want to jump in for the maybe a quick 1 minute testimony and what the cherry blossoms have meant to them?
Yeah. Any experiences, any remembrances of cherry blossoms?
Well, I used to take my kids every year. In fact, when I was a PTA president at the school, we used to plan a trip for all the grades, and we'd have busloads go down to the cherry
Nice.
blossoms. And the kids learn, and when we put on a program, and we grew a cherry blossom tree on the grounds of the school, and we'd have our own little pageant.
Nice. Anybody else? Ann, I knew you'd have something, having been a tour guide.
Yeah, and any DC natives on? Again, I remember going as a kid and just being amazed. I love the area, the trail, the smell, the sights. Any other experiences?
You know, it's so packed these days. It's almost like being in line someplace, when you're on the tidal basin. Bumper to bumper people nowadays. All right, well, let's get the show on the road.
As we wrap up Women's History Month, we want to shine a light on a young journalist who helped start one of the greatest traditions in the nation's capital, but she rarely gets credit for it. NBC's Kristen Welker has that story.
It's dawn, and already people are gathering to see the majestic cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C., an annual tradition that draws people from all over the world. But how these trees got here, still a mystery to many.
Do you know whose idea it was to bring the cherry blossoms here?
No idea.
It has something to do with Japan and a gift.
They were a gift from Japan, right?
A gift from Japan, yes, but whose original idea was it? A little known fact until now.
Whose idea was it to bring Japanese cherry trees here?
It was definitely Eliza Sidmore's original idea.
You'd be forgiven if you've never heard of Eliza Sidmore. She doesn't get high billing in the history books. But Diana Parcell is now telling Sidmore's story, a post-Civil War journalist turned travel writer.
Found out she was an early newspaper correspondent in Washington, and that was amazing for a woman in the 1870s.
That tenacity took Sidmore all over the country and world, Alaska, China, Java, and beyond, becoming the first female writer and photographer for National Geographic. But it was a trip to Japan that became transformative.
She is struck by the cherry trees.
There was this ritual called Hanami, where the Japanese come out every spring and stroll beneath the trees in this spirit of fellowship and humanity and joy. That's the experience she wanted to create in D.C.
Sidmore saw great potential for her hometown, where the Washington Monument and the area around it was still under construction.
You are describing her as a visionary.
She was a visionary.
As soon as Sidmore, only in her 20s, got home, she asked top officials to bring some of Japan's cherry trees to Washington.
What was the response she got?
They listened to her, and then they ignored her.
But Sidmore was determined, and she kept asking for the next 24 years.
What kept her going?
It was her personality, and she just wasn't going to take no for an answer.
Finally, in 1909, Sidmore found an ally in the White House, writing a letter to First Lady Helen Taft.
Mrs. Taft immediately took up the idea, and from this point on, the two of them worked together to make it happen.
With that powerful partnership, it didn't take long for Tokyo to agree, sending 2,000 trees to the U.S. But there was a problem.
They were all infested with a variety of pests, and they said these are a risk to U.S. agriculture. They have to be destroyed. And so all 2,000 of those trees were burned.
Japan was undeterred, this time sending a whopping 3,000 trees. In 1912, Mrs. Taft invited Sidmore to a small ceremony to plant them.
I can't imagine the sense of satisfaction she must have felt. I think it must have been tremendously gratifying for her.
Now, nestled deep in the tidal basin, some of the oldest trees dating back to Sidmore's era.
Gnarled, twisted trunks, missing bark. They're really not much to look at the rest of the year, but every spring, here they are in full bloom.
Today, the annual blooms bring out more than 1 million visitors.
It's beautiful that we can share this with so many nationalities and so many people, and it's a great thing.
Sidmore's vision from so long ago, now a reality. That spirit of fellowship, humanity, and joy in full bloom for eternity.
Oh, that was great, Alex. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Fantastic.
As we wrap up Women's History
folks.
Month, we want
any thoughts about what we just saw? Any thoughts?
It was a beautiful story.
Anybody ever hear of that woman?
No, and I'm a history buff. I have never heard of that woman.
I was about to say I knew it was a first lady, so I was close. I didn't remember which one, but it wasn't even a first lady.
No, I thought it was Roosevelt. That's who I thought it was.
Oh yeah.
Because I know she was interested in it. So I know that she had met with the Japanese ambassador. So I just thought that it was her.
And how could a young woman, come back from Japan in her 20s? That's remarkable. How'd she get such a high-ranking job so young?
I have no idea.
Maybe somebody could research this woman.
I can't remember what's her name again. I can't remember what her name was.
Alex, you remember?
Yep. It's Eliza Sizmore.
Sizmore. Okay.
Research Eliza Cherry Blossom.
Eliza
All right, and it's you report in here in about 5 minutes. Okay, we'll give you 5.
Okay.
any other thoughts on the video?
All right, let's cue up the next one. Here we go.
We want to shine a light on a young journalist who helped start one of the greatest traditions in the nation's capital, but she rarely gets credit for it.
Next one, Leo.
NBC.
Oh my gosh. We'll have to edit that out of the video. All right, now let's learn some fast facts about the cherry blossoms. We get this courtesy of ABC News. Here we go, folks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube.
Oops. Okay. All right, folks. Anything on that one?
100 petals. Can you believe that?
What was that, Alex?
100 petals. Some cherry blossoms can have 100 petals.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
And the colors range from white to shades of pink. That was interesting.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Did they say there are over 100 species?
That was interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to look at some of those later on too. So that's amazing, right? I thought there was just one. So
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Okay, well, let's cue up the next one. 8 reasons to fall in love. By the way, if anybody's been down there, does anybody have a favorite tree in the Cherry Blossom Festival? The reason I'm asking is my favorite tree are those saucer magnolia trees. The magnolias, they bloom just before the cherries come out. They're the big pink flowers, and they just smell incredible. Anybody ever notice that?
Yeah, I've got one of them in my yard that we planted when we came here.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
It's almost surreal, this big, beautiful pink thing, right?
Yeah.
But the only problem is if you get any kind of cold weather, when the blossoms out, they turn brown and look ugly as heck. Right, Ann?
Yep, that's exactly what happens to them.
I wish the cherry blossoms lasted longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good if they would last longer.
They're like my favorite plant, the peony. It's so beautiful and so fragrant, but one day they're here and the next day they're gone.
Yes. And you know what? Those blossoms, they don't turn brown if a cold weather comes. They're more hardy than that magnolia blossom. If you ever have a chance, my absolute favorite tree is the weeping cherry. Check that one out.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, those are so beautiful.
You know, when you drive down there on the peak day, it's like you're in the clouds. It's like you're in heaven.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, let's fire it up. All right. Any thoughts on that one, folks?
Oh boy. I like that part. They said just like the cherry blossom, it's like life and death.
and then you're gone. Oh my God. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here one day and you're gone the
And
next.
you're gone the next.
Yeah, that's true.
Lou, I found out about Eliza Sismore.
Oh yeah, tell us, Ed.
Okay, she was born in 1861 and she died in 1916. And she was 62 years old when she died. And let me see, it's so little. I'm gonna try to read. I probably need to look at it on the computer.
And
yeah,
she's buried in Yokohama, Japan.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was getting ready to tell you that's where she was buried. I was gonna try to read.
Really?
It says
she died in Switzerland, and she's buried at the Yokohama, Japan Foreign Secretary, a foreign cemetery.
Yes, she is. That's what it says here in this paper.
Along with her mother and her brother, George Hawthorne Skidmore.
Okay. So you looked up
she,
the same thing I did.
How'd she get such a early start doing international work? Does it say?
She was the very first female member of the National Geographic Board.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she did a lot of work in Alaska, according to what I'm reading.
Yeah, and she did some work in Okinawa too.
Yes.
Wow.
Did she have any children? Did she get married?
It didn't say.
I don't see that.
I don't see it either.
Father, mother, and but I don't see. Let's see.
Okay.
She didn't have time.
No, women like that don't get married a lot of times.
But Anne, I'm reading that she died at the age of 72.
Well,
72.
Well, this one says 62, so I don't know. I'm just reading off the.
We could do the math. 1861 to the
1916. Yeah, that is
so 16 plus 39, 49. Even that doesn't match up.
Right. That's less than
nothing matches up there.
None of it matched up. You know, I just thought about that.
But back in that
she was born in 1861, and I found that interesting because my grandmother's my grandmother's older sister was born in 1861.
We know she lived and died. That's for sure.
We don't. Yeah, we do know that. And that she's buried in Switzerland.
She take up all her time in that.
And again, and I got a different birthday for her.
She was born in Switzerland, buried in Switzerland or Japan?
I mean Japan. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah, she was born in Iowa, but it was 1856 when she was born, 1928 when she died, so she was 72.
Okay, so you got a different date than we had.
And she's in Yokohama, Japan. That's her resting place. So yeah, she's in her 70s.
Okay. Well, the only thing that got right in Google was where she was buried.
Yeah.
So she was buried with her mother and her brother.
Okay.
Yep. Not all cherry blossoms are the same. So we're like, hey, there's more than one.
No two are the same.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. Ooh, Smithsonian. So let's learn a little bit online here, folks. So I got to move my screen around because I got all kinds of goodies blocking me. So not all cherry blossoms are the same. View these vivid illustrations by Japanese artists. So here we go. I'll read a little bit of this here. One of the most enduring rituals in American tourism is springtime visit of the delicate cherry blossoms surrounding the tidal basin on the Potomac River. I'm sort of paraphrasing. The National Park Service is expecting peak bloom this year. March 21st, that early? No way. Is this old? I thought we had a cold winter.
Yeah, this is from 2020, Lou.
When is this?
Yeah, it's from 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Hey, Anne, since you're our resident researcher, Can you tell us when peak bloom is going to be this year? Because we had a cold winter, and maybe it'll be a little later than this.
It says here,
It says
Yvonne, between
oh.
March 28th and March 31st.
Okay, now we're
Peak bloom time.
The newscaster on Channel 4 yesterday said it would be somewhere between the 30th of March and close between the 16th. It all depends, April 16th. And it all depends on the weather that we have next week, which will be in the 70s, but it's going to have another cold spell.
yeah, so you can see 2020 was a warm year.
And some of the trees already have a little bloom on them. I mean, a little bud on them.
Really?
Mhm.
With all this cold weather?
Yeah. I was surprised too, but he was down there. He was pointing at it. So,
hey, folks, if you do happen to get down there and you're early, you know, before it's peak bloom, go behind the Jefferson Memorial, and they have the best display of those magnolias that I have ever seen, and it is so beautiful and so fragrant. In my opinion, it's better than the cherry blossoms, but of course, it's just me.
Has anybody heard they're gonna rip up the cherry blossoms this year?
No,
they're just going to move them,
Yeah.
Tom. They're not going to
No, they've already started the new seedlings on them.
Yeah. And they took my favorite little tree, the Stumpy.
What are they doing, Tom?
They're putting up
They're
wall.
redoing the tidal basin, and they're going to take up the cherry trees and replant them when the new tidal basin is open.
What? Wow.
But they're not going to take
all of them
trees
around
out.
the tidal basin? All of them?
No, they're not going to take up all of them.
Or
I
just the
don't know
ones near the
about that.
sidewalk?
I just heard that they were going to rip up the cherry blossoms that are there and replant them once the tidal basin has been redesigned. And they are now already starting to grow the brand new trees that we will see in a year or so.
Oh my.
And the tree that they cut down, they call Stumpy.
Stumpy, he's gone.
The tree that they cut down, Stumpy, they took branches off of there and rooted them like we're going to be doing with our plants.
Right, exactly.
And some of them, one of them is already going to be planted somewhere on the grounds of the White House.
Oh wow.
Don't count on that.
Well, he wouldn't know a cherry blossom from a bomb of blossoms.
Hole in the head.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
going to learn more about DC cherry blossoms in just a few moments in our session. So everything you guys are taling about, we're gonna view in those.
Oh wow, good to know.
So just yeah, hold on tight, you all. Lou, we got 20
I'll scan through here fast. You know, one other thing, by the way, if y'all have been down there in the last year or two, I'm happy they're fixing it up, because that walk around the tidal basin is getting really run down.
Right, right.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is this, right?
That's what they're doing. They're gonna fix it up.
It is really run down. You can't even ride your bike on it anymore. It's so broken up, and half of it's underwater.
And the wall is cracking, the retaining wall too.
Yeah, the retaining wall. Yeah, right.
They're repairing that. They're making a new one.
Given the amount of tourists that go there, I'm surprised they haven't done this 20 years ago, to be honest with you. Okay, well, they probably didn't want to take the trees down. That's probably why. All right, so just in time for this year's Bloom presents the delightful new offering. So the beauty of the sakura or blossoms, the role in connecting the Japanese tradition to American culture, can be seen in other locations throughout the city. The Library of Congress notes in a book forwarded that 2 trees have stood at the library's ground for almost a century after having been moved from the tidal basin in 1922. These aged specimens, she writes, continues to welcome spring each year with an abundant display of blossoms. Never noticed those. So here's one of the drawings. Very nice. Very nice.
Look, those are all the different varieties.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Well, I haven't seen that one. That's different.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, I like that one there. I like the ones that had a lot of pink in them. Very nice. It's got more white. Oh, that's the 100-petal one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
The Ichihao.
Yeah. Well, that's another 100-petal one. Oh, that's fewer petals. Yeah, they sure have a lot. I thought it was only one variety. Well, this is good to know, Alex. So let's keep the show going. Cherry, okay, here we go, folks.
It's dawn, and already people are gathering to see the majestic cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C., an annual tradition that draws people from all over the world. But how these trees got here, still a mystery to many.
Do you know whose idea it was to bring the cherry blossoms here?
No, no idea.
It has something to do with Japan and a gift.
They were a gift from Japan, right?
A gift from Japan, yes, but whose original idea
Uh-oh,
was
what
it?
happened?
A little known fact until now.
Whose idea was it to bring Japanese
Okay,
cherry
we
trees
saw this, right?
here?
Yeah, we saw that.
Okay, so let's jump to this one, the 2025 festival. Here we go. All right, that was great.
Wow.
Good ad there. I love it. I love it.
Wow.
All right, top 3 Blast 13 event. I didn't know. I thought there's one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the 13 top events. Let's get rid of that one. Here we go. Too many pop-ups here. There we go. Okay. So when is Peak Bloom? We got it right here. Okay, there's a pink tie party March 14th. Anybody gonna go to that? I don't think so. Stumpy's Pedals and Paddles March 20th. Okay, oh, this is the Stumpy that you all were talking about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stumpy the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, okay. Stumpy's Pedals and Paddles. Oh my gosh, a boat race probably to take you through the tidal basin at Peak Bloom approaches the time. Wow, half the net a boat race. Ah, okay. Opening ceremony March 22nd. National Office official. When is the parade? Parade's a big deal.
The video isn't. It's going to be in April. I'll probably mention it later on in the.
Okay. And then Blossom Kite Festival. Y'all chime in if you've ever been to any of these, because so far I haven't.
Been to the Blossom Kite Festival.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I took my son 3 years in a row, and my nephew.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it was. It was interesting.
Yeah, that video was amazing. All those beautiful kites.
Yes, the kites are. I mean, it's phenomenal. You can't even imagine some of the kites that they have.
Oh, so you went too, Alex?
No, I saw the video. It was in the all those beautiful
Okay,
kites.
okay. All right. How about any other ones, the back ones here? Anybody ever been to any of those? Opening ceremony, Stumpy, that's the first one. Pink tie party. I'm not
I
sure.
always went to Cherry Blossom Parade.
Parade,
To like
yeah.
it because they had they would have the what do you call those people that the religious crew that used to wear yellow? They used to throw bags of rice out into the crowd, and my kids used to run out there and grab them.
Oh,
Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, yeah.
And they
Oh,
pulled
yeah,
a
yeah.
giant, they used to pull a giant wagon with wheels that was like at least 2 stories tall.
Wow.
Yeah,
It was nice.
Then quickly, Blue Maru, don't know what that is. Chime in if you've been there. Sakura Sunday. Okay, that looks good. This is actually worth going into at some point. Petapalooza. Okay. Mosaic Art Blooms Festival, April 5 and 6. A festival in Fairfax Mosaic District will feature more than 100 vendors and handmade village wares, plus lots of activities for kids, including a petting zoo, arts and crafts. Well, that looks pretty good. The Credit Union Cherry Blossom 10-mile 5K kids run.
And the kids run.
You been on that, Ann?
I've been there. Some of
Okay.
the kids from the school ran.
Okay, here's the one that I think some of us have been through. Here's a parade.
Mhm.
Parade time is approaching fast. Enjoy colorful sights, marching bands, guest entertainers, and cultural performances as the parade moves along Constitution Avenue. Princess Ariel of Little Mermaid will be joining us in the district this year, along with pals Mickey and Minnie Mouse from Walt Disney World. Tickets are up for. Why would you need tickets? Tickets are up for grabs here if you want extra special views. Oh, performances, but guests who don't get secure tickets will still be able to enjoy the parade for free. Exactly.
I think you need the tickets to sit on the
benches, on the bleachers.
Okay. All right.
My high school, when I was coming up, the high school always came to the Cherry Blossom. But for some reason, when I got to high school, they didn't have it anymore. They didn't come to DC anymore. And I always wondered why.
Where'd you go to high school?
In Bluefield, West Virginia.
Well, that's a long way away.
Yeah, that's quite long.
St. Aug's band, St. Augustine's
Yeah,
band
right.
from New Orleans used to come too sometime.
What'd you say?
Wow. Well, you know,
St.
a lot of school trips would come to DC during the cherry blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
Like we came on my school trip in Detroit. We came during the cherry blossom. Come to think of it, but it was middle school.
Mm,
Yeah, it was before Metro. It was before all that.
yeah. It was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
But look at all these events for cherry blossom. They
Well,
really
remember that before World War II, during World War II, they didn't have any festivals because of the enemy business.
Yeah, the war.
Okay.
Right.
Oh. Oh, hey guys, you guys see the Skechers slip-ins right here, by the way? You
Hell
see that?
yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research in my arthritis, and this is a good shoe to get right here, the Max Cushioning Premier 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
All right, enough of that.
That was a good PSA.
That was some good stuff, Lou.
You know how these ads follow you around, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, Lou. So
Oh, okay. Significance of Sakura cherry blossom. Okay, I'm gonna go super fast now. Okay, so here we have the significance of the cherry blossoms tradition in Japan. So I'm gonna do a cursory review of this. Cherry blossoms are a symbolic flower of springtime. Japanese people like to have cherry blossom parties with colleagues, friends, and family. Even at night, viewing spots are crowded with people enjoying cherry blossoms and beautiful romantic atmosphere. Well, so they sure love them in Japan, don't they? While American schools begin in the fall, Japanese fiscal school year begins in April. Oh, the season of the sakura. I have lovely memories when I was young doing the hamai with my parents, brothers, and sisters. Now I can go to the hanamai with a few of my close friends just to enjoy the cherry blossoms. But if I go with a lot of friends or a group of colleagues, it mostly means having a party with lots of eating and drinking. In 1912, 3,020 trees were sent, okay, we know about that, from Yokohama to Washington as a gift to the people of Japan. This spring cherry blossom celebrates the 102nd anniversary of the gift of Sakura. So this is the Japanese character of Sakura. Wow, look at that. It's pretty. On the left side means tree wood developed from the pictogram of a tree with a horizontal line and branches, diagonal lines as roots. Sakura is derived from saku, which means bloom, or alternatively to laugh, smile. So this is interesting. All right, folks. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Let us continue. Here we go. Back to the... And here's cherry blossoms in Kawazu. Here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
I'm here with my mom, and she's been wanting to see the cherry blossoms for years. And so I was really excited that we've been able to see them. And I read online that these particular species of blossoms are a little bit more uncommon, or at least more vibrant in color. So it's been really special to be here. I think the cherry blossom trees in particular are such a cornerstone to being in Japan and doing a Japanese trip. And so being able to see it kind of, I don't know, it feels like I'm inside a postcard.
Oh, February.
Yeah, I love it. It's so peaceful. I think it's so picturesque, and being able to experience it in so many different places is really enjoyable. So this is a little different from being in Tokyo during the main Hanami season. So I'm really eager to come here and enjoy it early. I think it's quite unique in that it's a little further from Tokyo. It's on the coast, so there's other beautiful spots along the rail line on the way here. I think it's really peaceful being along the river as well and surrounded by mountains.
Nice, beautiful. Whoop.
All right, President Trump delivered an historic address
that?
to Congress last night, declaring that America.
What is that? These pop-ups drive me nuts. Cherry Blossom Festival in Japan. Here we go.
Every spring, Japan transforms into a magical wonderland as delicate cherry blossoms paint the landscape with their ethereal beauty. The Cherry Blossom Festival stands as Japan's most celebrated event. In this video, we will unveil the essence of this enchanting festival and explore the top 5 reasons why it holds such a special place in Japanese culture and hearts. Number 5. Natural beauty. The Japanese cherry blossom, or sakura, is a beautiful flower that is celebrated in Japan for its short-lived beauty. As thousands of cherry trees burst into bloom, parks, streets, and even entire cities are transformed into breathtaking displays of delicate pink and white petals. The trees bloom for only a few weeks in the spring, and the fragile petals fall to the ground like snow. The awe-inspiring beauty of these blossoms represents the arrival of spring, renewal, and the transient nature of life itself. Number 4. Cultural significance. The cherry blossom is a national symbol of Japan representing beauty, fragility, and the transience of life. The
Hey, guys, can you all see this?
Yeah, you're good, Lou.
Okay, sorry, I had a note here. Okay, here we go.
sakura has been celebrated in Japan for centuries. The tradition of hanami, or flower viewing, dates back to the Nara period, 710 to 794. During hanami, people gather under sakura trees to enjoy the beauty of the flowers and to celebrate the coming of spring. The cherry blossom is also a symbol of the Japanese spirit of resilience. The Japanese people have faced many challenges throughout their history, but they have always persevered. The sakura is a reminder that the Japanese people are a strong and resilient people. Number 3. Festive atmosphere. Step into the heart of the Cherry Blossom Festival and you'll be immersed in a vibrant and festive atmosphere. Parks and streets are adorned with lanterns, creating a warm and inviting ambiance. Daytime hanami gatherings involve picnics under the blossoms, where friends and families enjoy delicious food and drinks. At night, the illuminated cherry trees add a magical touch, painting a surreal scene that truly captures the imagination. Number 2. Symbol of hope and happiness. At a cherry blossom festival in Japan, people gather to enjoy the beauty of the sakura trees and to celebrate the coming of spring. The cherry blossoms hold significant symbolic value in Japanese culture. They represent hope, happiness, and the promise of a bright future. After enduring the cold winter months, the arrival of the cherry blossoms signals the beginning of warmer days and a time of new possibilities. It's no wonder that witnessing these delicate flowers in full bloom evokes feelings of joy, optimism, and a renewed appreciation for life. Number 1. Cultural celebrations. During the Cherry Blossom Festival, various cultural celebrations take place throughout Japan. Traditional performances, music, and dances are performed under the cherry trees, showcasing Japan's rich heritage. Temples and shrines host special ceremonies, and hanami parties are held in parks and gardens across the country. The Cherry Blossom Festival stands as a testament to Japan's profound connection with nature, rich cultural heritage, and the beauty of fleeting moments. It's an event that brings people together, celebrates the arrival of spring, and fills hearts with joy and admiration. With its natural beauty, cultural significance, festive atmosphere, and symbolism of hope, the Cherry Blossom Festival rightfully holds its place as Japan's most celebrated event. Thank you for watching. If you love Japan, please check out another video of Japan facts by clicking the link to the left. Remember, You can always follow us on Facebook and Instagram at I Love Japan Facts or check out our blog at ilovejapanfacts.com.
All right. Well, that was good. Any thoughts about the Cherry Blossom Festival there?
I'll be watching it on TV. But Lou, I wanted to tell you there are other areas in DC where you could see cherry blossoms. It's the National Arboretum, Hayes Point, Basilica of the Shrine, Tidal Basin, Congressional Cemetery, Stanton Park, Dunbarton Oaks, East Potomac Park, and Capitol Hill.
Oh,
they're all over.
That's
They're all over.
Yeah. They're
Nice.
all over.
I didn't know that.
I Googled it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, thanks for sharing. There are probably less crowds over there too.
Yeah.
Every spring,
Absolutely.
Japan transforms into a
Sorry
magical
about this.
wonderland as delicate
All right, let me go to the next one here. I know we run little time left. Yikes, I'm going to have to move faster.
Our last video, so I hope you guys enjoy.
Is this it right here, Alex? Am I on the right one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh. Ooh, yum. All right, Alex, take us away on the trivia.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming on our session today. 2 of you will be winning a WowTech fridge magnet, and that's for participation in our trivia. So if everyone could please raise their hands. Again, I'll be taking the first 3 answers for our 5 multiple choice questions. And out of those correct answers, we will see who wins a WowTech fridge magnet. You can hit reactions at the bottom of the screen, and then you can click on raise hand if you would like to answer the question. So let's all practice that, please. Again, you hit reactions at the bottom, and then you tap on raise hand, and that's how you can participate. So make sure, if you like to answer, I'll take the first 3 hands that I see. Don't forget to hit lower hand once you're called on, so we can make sure everyone has a chance to speak. So after each question, make sure everyone's hands are lowered, so that way we can make sure we hear from those that would like to answer. Okay? So thank you so much. I really appreciate you all participation. Hope you all learned something new. Okay, so for our first question, let's get ready to have some fun. In what year was the first cherry tree planted on the National Mall? 1888, 1905, 1912, or 1925? And I'll take the first 3 hands for this one. First 3 hands. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. So again, I'll take in the first three hands. Mr. Thomas, what do you say?
The first 1800.
Say that again, Mr. Thomas.
The 1801.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Ronald, what do you say?
1912.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ronald. And Gracie, what do you say?
1912.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And for this time go around, we are going to see who got it right. So majority did say 1912. Let's see what it is. And you guys are correct. So Mr. Ronald and Miss Gracie, great job. Okay. Our next one is not going to be this one. It's going to be our next question, but we learned it was Eliza Sismore that created that or brought the idea of cherry trees. So we learned that in our video today. Our next question is, the original cherry trees were gifted to the US from what country? France, Japan, Germany, or England? Yeah, you guys are so fast. In the first three hands. So, make sure you all are on it. Mr. Thomas, what do you say for this one?
Japan.
Okay. Miss Geraldine and then Mr. Ronald, what do you say?
Japan.
Japan.
Okay, all right. And let's see what it is. And you guys, of course, are correct. Good job. Okay, I see you all. Our next question. Where were the first cherry blossom trees planted? At the Botanical Gardens, at the Tidal Basin, around the US Capitol building, or around the White House? Okay. Thank you so much. Give me a second. Okay. And our first one, Ms. Doris, thank you. What do you say for this one?
At the Tidal Basin.
Okay. Thank you. Good. Let's see. Our next one is Yvonne. Again, good job, Yvonne. Thank you.
Tidal Basin, Alex.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Thomas, what do you say for this one?
The Tidal Basin.
Okay. All right. Let's see what it is. And it, in fact, is the Tidal Basin. Again, good job, you guys. Thank you so much. Our next one, again, our fourth one today is, why did agents from the Department of Agriculture reject the first shipment of cherry trees? And I'm going to go over our answers just a second. They had Hashimoto's disease. The ground was too frozen to plant them. They were infested with nematodes, or they violated import laws. So again, I'll take the first three hands. Okay. All right, you guys. Mr. Thomas, what do you say?
They were infested with bugs. The third one down.
You said this one right here, Mr. Thomas?
Which one? They were infested with some kind of bug.
Okay, yes, okay. I got you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you so much. Gracie, what do you say?
They were infested with the nematodes.
Okay. And Mr. Ronald. Again, first hands. Good job.
They had bugs.
Which one is that, Mr. Ronald?
Whatever the name of that thing is. What's the name of that thing? Infected with that one, right?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Want to make sure. Thank you so much. All right, you all. Again, thank you so much. Let's see. And you guys are correct. So you guys are killing it. Killing it. Thank you so much. And we got one more today. One more. So again, please raise your hand if you would like to answer. So you got to raise your hand after the question. Okay. Who in official Washington serves as honorary chair of the Cherry Blossom Festival? Is it Miss America, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the First Lady, or America's ambassador to Japan? In any takers? Who in official Washington serves as honorary chair of the Cherry Blossom Festival? Got these 4 choices. Okay. We got Gracie. Good job. What do you say?
The America's ambassador to Japan.
Okay.
Just guessing.
Miss Doris, what do you say?
The same thing. American ambassador to Japan.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Thomas, good job. What do you, for raising your hand?
I would go along with everybody else.
Okay, let's see what it is. So America's ambassador to Japan. No, the lady. It's the First Lady. So someone mentioned the First Lady a few minutes ago. So that's what you may be thinking of. But they serve as the honorary chair of the Cherry Blossom Festival. So, wow. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you all learned a lot. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you all participating. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and just take a second for Okay. Again, thank you all so much for your patience. I have all of our correct answers on our board right here. So congrats to Mr. Ronald, Gracie, Mr. Thomas, Ms. Geraldine, Miss Yvonne, Miss Doris, Mr. Thomas, if I didn't say your name already. Good job, and thanks so much for your participation. Our first fridge magnet winner is Mr. Thomas. All right, I see you, Mr. Thomas. Congratulations on your fridge magnet. And let's see our second winner for today. All right, come on, good luck, good luck, good luck. It's gonna be a close one. Looks like we got Mr. Wonder. So congratulations, you two. You guys both won a Wild Tech fridge magnet from us, and thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great program.
I appreciate that. And Lou had to step off, but he did a great job presenting. So we always got to appreciate him for that. Besides that, I'll see you all at 1:30 for our module today, but I hope you enjoyed the session. And let's give each other a round of applause and congrats, Mr. Ronald and Mr. Thomas, for our winners.
Congratulations.
All right, then. It's about time.
Congratulations.
Way to go, Drop. Way to go, Drop. Way to go, Drop.
Men won today.
Yes.
Step out today.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
And
I told you I already had a fifth of
I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much.
It was wonderful.
My
Thank
friend
you.
really
Good.
could use the new magnet. My
Thank you.
friend could use the new magnet.
Yes, yes. Enjoy your magnets. Next week, we'll do another celebration in March. So I'll see you all next Wednesday at 12, but I'll see you all at 1:30 today, okay?
All righty.
Okay.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Alex.
Alex.
I finally got me a Mac.
Alex,
See
this is
you.
has encouraged
Thank
me now
you.
to make more fans with the cherry blossoms.
Yeah, do it. Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Bridget.
Yeah, I make fans,
Thank
and I have
you.
one with a cherry blossom with a mountain.
Yes.